Today in this video, let us talk about iPhone 15 Pro Max, my usage of this smartphone, and this is one of the kind of videos that I just love to make because we have got a lot of developments in the terms of the design, the UI, the build quality, and so much so in the market. And I want to see that how this iPhone 15 Pro Max is checking against the competition because of a lot of new developments in the market. And no, I'm not talking about the Apple Vision Pro because that is quite unrelated, but I'm talking about the smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and the Google Pixel 8 Pro that are giving a tough competition to the iPhone 15 Pro Max this year. So let us find out what it is all about and how this iPhone 15 Pro Max is delivering. First of all, let us talk about the design, as technically this is one of the newest things that you have got on the iPhone 15 Pro, and technically because yes, it is the same old design, but it is a much more refined one in my opinion, and that is a good thing. Now this year the phone has got more curved edges and a lighter weight thanks to the titanium frame, and that makes this smartphone a bit more comfortable to hold in the hand, and that was my biggest complaint with the iPhone 14 Pro Max because of the sharper edges and because of the material that was a bit more heavier. I just did not like the in-hand feel of that smartphone from the past year, but this one, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, has fixed everything, and that is why I just love the in-hand feel of this smartphone. I also like this more subtle gray color, and that looks much more elegant. The back has smooth satin finish which feels nice to touch, so the design is a win for me. Next, let us talk about the performance on this iPhone 15 Pro Max because this is another area where this phone still shines. Now the iPhone 15 Pro Max is powered by the A17 Pro Bionic chip, which is blazing fast and beats any other smartphone, at least in the North American market. And that is again a thing to say about the iPhones. They are just the best in the terms of the performance. Now, it is also better than the smartphones like the Google Pixel 8 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. However, there is a minor problem with the chipset which I will explain later in this video, and that would be in the things that I do not like about the iPhone 15 Pro Max. But overall, the performance is top notch and smooth. Another impressive thing about the smartphone, the iPhone 15 Pro Max this year, is the battery life on this smartphone, and I'm just amazed by how good of battery an iPhone can have in this year. Now, this iPhone 15 Pro Max has a better battery than my last year's iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it can do about 1 to 2 hours longer than that smartphone. And if you include the standby time, I think it is one of the best smartphones that we have got in the market in the terms of battery life. This is great for the heavy users who do not want to charge their smartphone multiple times in a day. But the best thing about this smartphone is the camera. The iPhone 15 Pro Max has got an amazing camera system, and still without any AI that has been implemented on this smartphone, I can still say that this is far way better than what we have on the Google Pixel 8 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. It just makes a lot of sense that how the video quality and the image quality comes out of this smartphone, and overall this is a better smartphone camera in the terms of the hardware and the software that has been implemented in the terms of this camera on this smartphone. It can handle difficult lighting conditions such as direct sunlight without overexposing the image. It can also capture accurate and natural colors. This year, Apple has added some more features that appeal to the professional photographer, such as the ability to shoot in the lock mode, which gives you a more accurate color profile and a bigger color profile that can be edited after the video has been shot on the iPhone and exported or imported into Final Cut Pro or any other software that you're using to just edit those videos. You have got a full color camera to work on, and that is just because of this log format that has been enabled on this iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, another thing that I just loved about the camera system on the iPhone 15 Pro Max is the ability to mimic the actual camera lens in the terms of the focal length, and that is just amazing. Now, this is not something that I just use on my day-to-day life, but this is very important for the users who are into professional photography, and I have seen people just getting out some amazing results out of this system. Now, I have been using this phone as my primary camera for a long time, and I have never been let down by this. This is the best camera phone that you can get right now. The camera does not need any AI to boost the low light videos or the photographs, or if they do it all, it is all happening on the phone itself, and there is no cloud processing to be needed to be able to process those videos or the photographs on the phone. And that is where iPhone shines the most, and that is why I say this is still one of the best camera systems that we have got in the market, even with the release of the Google Pixel 8 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Of course, this phone is not perfect, and that is something that you knew that I was about to say about the smartphone, and I have got a lot of issues with this phone as well, and that is the truth. Now, some things are just okay or even more annoying. For example, the software. The iOS is one of the best softwares, but it does not have any major changes or improvements. And the worst part is that there is no AI that has been added to the smartphone, and that is the major norm in the smartphones in the year 2024. I hope that Apple will bring a lot of features with the iOS updates, but this is not something that I can be assured of, and that is just because that, hey, if you release all the camera gimmicks, the AI gimmicks into your older smartphones, what you will have to deliver in the next generations of the iPhones, just think about that. It pales in the terms of generative AI features when you compare it against with the Google Pixel 8 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, the features like the Note Assist and the Circle to Search feature are great for productivity, and I do not think that Apple will ever be able to bring those features to the iPhone 15 Pro Max because A, it is not a Google made smartphone. So, Circle to Search feature is something that is very specific to the Android smartphones, and again, the Note Assist feature, you do not have a pen, so it does not make a lot of fun to bring something like Note Assist on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but it is still doable in my opinion. Again, there are some other great features like the Magic Editor, the Magic Noise Eraser, the Object Eraser, AI calling, interpreter, and much more that has been missing on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And it is still a question again that whether all those features will be available on the iPhone 15 Pro Max with the iOS update or no, or will there be this limited features that will be coming to the iPhone 15 Pro Max after the release of the iOS 18 that will be heavily customized in the terms of the generative AI feature. Now again, this is just not about the AI because there have been quite a lot of other things that have been lacking on this iPhone 15 Pro Max in comparison to again all the other major flagships that we have got in the market. I'm talking about the things like the display quality on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is not the best. The smartphone display pales in comparison to what we have on the OnePlus smartphones, the Samsung smartphones, and even the Google Pixel 8 Pro for this year. Now, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has just got a peak brightness of 2000 nits on the smartphones versus what we have got on the other smartphones like 4500 nits on the OnePlus 12 Pro and 2600 nits on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. There is no anti-reflective coating on the display or the ultra high 2160 Hz of PWM dimming, just like what we have got on the OnePlus 12 Pro. So technically, even the display on the OnePlus 12 Pro is better than what we have got on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Minus that display over there, it does not have edge-to-edge display like what we have got on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and that is the only winning point for the iPhone 15 Pro Max over there. But otherwise, the displays, the technology, it has just got a long way ahead than what we have got in the market. And if you can wait for 6 more months, I think that Apple will be improving everything on the iPhone 16 series over there. Now, even though the smartphone has got a really fast processor, it does not maintain a sustained performance, and that is something that I'm just suffering on this smartphone. Let us say I'm shooting this video over here, and this is the one that I've taken in the cinematic video mode, and after taking this shot for about say 30 minutes, the smartphone just become a lot more slow, and the screen looks like it is refreshing at 30 Hz or less. After you shoot the video, it has become slower than my expectations, and that could be because of no good thermal solution that we have got on the iPhone 15 Pro Max versus what we have got in the terms of the competitions like the OnePlus 12 Pro. Now, another thing that is even slower on the iPhone 15 Pro Max is the charging speed on this smartphone, and this is something that is not taken in the standards of what we have got on the smartphones in the year 2024. Now, again, we have got a USB Type-C standard on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but if Apple is not able to give a faster charging just like what we have got on the Google Pixel 8 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. By the way, the Google Pixel 8 Pro is still not a fast charging smartphone in my opinion, but something like the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra or the OnePlus 12, I think that those smartphones are just the best in the terms of the solution for a faster charging versus keeping the smartphone a very cool one. So I would want something just like a 45-watt charging on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra to the least. I do not want a 100-watt or a 120-watt just like what we have got on the OnePlus smartphones, the Vivos of the world, and so much so. So yes, a slower charging is a big deal for me. Now, one last thing that I want to mention over here is that iPhone 15 Pro Max supports 5 years of OS updates versus what we have got on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and the Google Pixel 8 Pro. That is 7 years of software update on the smartphone, and that is just amazing. I think Apple is just for the first time lacking over here, and I would want Apple to increase the support from 5 years to at least 6 years or 7 years on their next generation of the iPhones. But this is something that Apple is lacking in the year 2024. That was all that I wanted to discuss about in this video. My review of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I still think that this is one of the best smartphones to buy in the year 2024, but for the first time I would say just wait for the iPhone 16 series or just skip this smartphone at all. Even though it is a great phone, it is not the best one to buy in the market in the year 2024. And that was all about this video. My name is Anshul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.